So, Professor Shiping Chen, how you feel for the last two nights?
I think it's I didn't attend the day one. Attend yesterday one. I think it's overall is very good. I think it's I feel better than what I thought in advance. So I think some of projects have a pretty good potential. I think it's real problem. I think it's overall it's very good. Hopefully today is even better.
Yep, we really look forward to tonight's show. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for everyone to join our virtual and hybrid hackathon event. It's our third night, and yeah, for this hackathon we want to bring all the project teams and the investors all together in one place who are focused in Web3 areas, so we can talk to each other, we can work with each other. And next Friday we're gonna have an offline meetup event in Sydney. Yeah, if you are in Sydney and if you have time and want to make new friends and talk to each other, yeah, more than welcome to join our meetup event next Friday. And this week we have 18 judges from different countries, and most of them from some VCs. So you can see Airtree is one of the top VCs in Australia. Coinbase, Leo can't join our conference because it's too early in States at the moment. And yeah, you can see a lot of big names, Alibaba Cloud. And Jama Xu is from Folk Ventures. She will be our judge tonight. And let me see who else. Yeah, and we already introduced Professor Shiping Chen and Professor Jun Shen. They'll be our judge as well. And yeah, the first prize. Yeah, I have to say thank you, Vision, again. You know, to so generous to provide all the prizes to the top teams. And this is our tonight's schedule. So it's our third night. We have 5 teams to present tonight. Yeah, thank you so many organizations to support us. And so you can say each team have 5 minutes to present your presentation because we have 5 teams together. So I'm gonna remind you if we reach 5 minutes, okay? So I really hate to interrupt, but you know, because we have so many teams tonight. So sorry, I have to say sorry in advance. And later on, we're gonna have a panel discussion. So judges or even audience gonna ask you some questions to each team. So it's a free discussion session. And later on, judges gonna give score to each team. I already sent a Excel sheet to all the judges, so they're gonna fill out the score. And yeah, you can see I already mentioned we have so many judges and teams. Yeah, keeping me really busy this week. But I'm so excited. And Vision is a public chain. So if you have a project and you're thinking about, you know, which blockchain you're gonna use, you know, you can, yeah, I can connect you with Vision if you like. Yeah, class now, like I mentioned before, it's learn, share to earn business model. So we bring DeFi SaaS together. So it's an educational marketplace. So if you want, you know, in the future, if you want to share anything like knowledge sharing, anything about Web3, welcome to our platform. Okay, yeah, I think that's all from me. And let's start. So our first team tonight is Mirror Planet. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Someone's
Okay, where are you?
I
Let me
think
see.
there's a ding dong.
I'm trying to bring you to the, give me 1 second. Oh, found you. Okay, you're here. Okay, by the way, there's a QR code on our poster. If you register our event where this QR code, you're gonna get a free mint from Attic. All right, all yours.
Yeah. Hi guys. Hi Jia. Thanks for the invitation. My name is Chong. So can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Thank you. I'm actually in Singapore, so I've been talking to so many investors and community members in the last 3 days. So I actually lost my voice. So yeah, really excuse me. Since we only got 5 minutes, I guess I'll quickly run through what Mirror Planet is. My background is I've been a hardcore gamer in the last 30 years. So I played game when I was 6. I think the current Web3 games, yeah, it is going to this direction with finance and incentives. But from what we can see as a Web2 players, we think there is still a lot of space that can be improved, which shows that the current Web3 1.0 games, there's a lot of death spirals and people is chasing after the incentives. So from what our projects, what we want to achieve is really want to make a fun game. So even for the Web2 players, there are about 3 billion Web2 players out there. So they can come into the Web3 space and play this Mirror Planets. And it's a fun game. And also it's a social game. So you can connect different players and you can communicate with each other, talk to each other's, giving gift, battle to each other's. So we all incorporate that ideas in this game. Third but not least, it's a mobile base. So we call Mirror Planet, it's a metaverse at your fingertips. So the game is designed based on Google Maps. You put it probably the next slide will give you a better example. So the fundamental concept of Mirror Planet is very similar to Pokemon Go. We're using the same infrastructure, which is Google Map.
I love Pokemon Go.
Sorry? Yeah, I'll keep on going. So we have Pokemon Go concept, but instead of capture Pokemon Go's, you go around the map. It's location based, so it's LBS services based. You have to be physically somewhere to do something, which in our case that you can visit a shop and exchange for token as a visit, but then you can also do a lot of group activities in certain areas, which that Pokemon Go in the past has shown a great success in the previous game they have. But in our game, we turn this whole thing into a Web3 concept, which that we can buy houses as an NFT, but the NFT going to give you energy. So that comes into the next concept, which is step in. So we have the move to earn fundamental the token generation from physical movements that you move around in the outdoor space. And also we have Yelp. The Yelp, what does Yelp do is it's a US website. So basically you can visit shops and get incentives. So in Australia, we have something like a member buy or live similar concept. In Mirror Planet, you can visit a shop and the shop owners can have their own shops in Mirror Planet as a metaverse merchants. And the people can collect NFTs or collect tokens by interacting with the shop. So that's the overall concept of Mirror Planet. Since we only got 5 minutes, I'll quickly run through all this, which I can share the deck in the group later on. So it's mobile based, it's a location based, and also have AR incorporated in the game as well. So with AR, it's just open up a whole new dimensions. So you can interact, you can pick up NFTs, which is very similar to Pokemon Go again. And then you can interact with other players. We invented this concept called explore to earn. So the whole game is all about exploration. It's a game that we encourage people to really go outdoors in the open space and explore the natural wonder of the global, instead of just sitting at home and sitting in front of the couch and just looking at monitors. This is something that we're not really encouraging people to do. It's very strong social fi in Mirror Planets. Because it's a multiplayer online game, so it's an MMO that we think a long-lasting Web3 game, the most important factor in the game needs to be social. It needs to have a very strong social elements into the game. It's all the utility, all the items in the game is most of them is NFTs. It's a Web3 game. So as a Web3 game, it's most of the items in NFT.
Oi!
Yeah, someone's enter. And it's what we want to achieve. Yes, someone need to mute.
My bad. I just realized I was on mute.
Anyway, I'll keep on going. So ultimately, we want to make an infrastructure that most of the other NFT providers or even mini game providers, so they can come to Mirror Planet and design their own game rules or mini games, which we're already talking to quite a number of partnerships in Sydney in the last couple of days, and NFT providers. So overall, I think the quickest way to show this what we have provided is by showing you the demo videos, which the game is very playable. So I'll show that. So this is what the game looks like. We spent the last 2.5 years designing this game. I probably didn't mention in the beginning. So this game was originally meant to be a Web2 games 2.5 years ago. So we're talking with Google Maps. We're getting all the data from Google Maps. And then since about 1.5 years ago, we changed the direction, make it in really a Web3 metaverse games. So I think the key advantage for us is the product is pretty much ready to go. We're going to have our first pre-alpha launch from 16th of November. And then people can really try. I really encourage everyone, on this hackathon to just come and participate in the pre-alpha launch, and really just try it out. So as you can see, the character, the avatar, is based on location based. So you walk around and you buy houses. Yep, which just bought a house here in Melbourne, Mount Albert. So the house belongs to him. So this is AR. So you can use AR to buy houses. And oh, there's an NPC here, so you can interact with the NPC. Yeah. And very soon we're going to be able to have your own avatar projected in your AR and you can interact with the avatars. So we got chat rooms, and the chat rooms linked to Discord. So whatever happens in chatting in Discord, you can have it in the chat room. This is your global portfolio that you buy in houses. If you buy a house in the map, you will left with the landmarks. So this is all the inventories, mystery boxes. So this demo video we recorded was about 3 months ago. The new version we have looks a lot better, but unfortunately we didn't record a video for that, and we don't have enough time to demonstrate to the audience. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I probably just reached 5 minutes. Last but not least, the whole development team started mobile gaming back in 2008. So had about 14 years of Web2 and Web3 games development skills. With the top 3 games developers in Australia, pretty much. The previous games we developed, we had about 20 million downloads in the previous game. So we're very strong in game delivery and executions, and also developments as well. And then we got a great partnerships. You know, Jema on the board, she's actually our advisors. We got some very interesting partnerships coming on board, which I just can't wait to show to all of you. But yeah, I guess just I'll send the link in the group, or probably Jack can send the link in the group, and everyone can just try it out from 16th of November, which is just 4 days away. So thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions from our judges? And you may switch on your microphone and camera. Okay, yeah. Okay, Gemma.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I have a question.
Yep.
What NFTs do you own, Chong?
Sorry, say it again. I missed the question.
What NFTs do you own? Can we see them?
Oh, so NFT. Yes, so the NFT you own in the house is the land plus the house itself. It's a very simple concept. It's pretty much like a step in shoes, if you can just put it that way, which can be your own houses in the real address. So I don't know where you come from, but the first thing I did when I start testing out the game, I just bought my houses in the real address. So that's your NFT. But that's probably the most important NFT, is because that's pretty much like a mining machine. So the NFT,
Do you want to see my NFTs?
Wait, hold on. Can I show everyone in the meeting my NFTs? Just real quick. It'll be real quick. Hold on. Let me screen share. Let
Let me screen share real quick. I'll show everyone mine.
All right. There's my first NFT. I bought this for
sorry.
about 700 Bitcoin. It did run me back a bit. Oh no, not Bitcoin. My bad. Ethereum. It did run me back a couple grand. But I reckon it's pretty good. Yeah. Thanks.
Rick. Okay. All right. Sorry.
Right.
So perhaps I think for the benefit of,
Here's my NFTs right here. So
Oh,
I've got these are psychotherapy. We've got the SIG. Guys, I'm just trying to show you my NFTs.
Okay, Gemma, can you switch on your?
yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still just finishing up another meeting here, but I think it'd be useful for Chong to share with the audience the capital raising situation, that the previous who's backed Mirror Planet.
is this one we're talking about, Gemma?
Yeah. That's the one, and also the I don't know if the investors are public yet. That would be quite useful as well.
Yeah, so this is a core team. Myself, Xing is the founder of Savvy Sodas. Scott, so he is our COO. He looks after all the operations, and he's also the previous moderators for Illuvians as well. Very experienced into Web3s. This is game development teams and advisors. Yep, and this is roadmaps.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Have you do some how to say, predict the market size, the revenue stream, and
Yeah. So the challenge with Mirror Planet is the vision of Mirror Planet is very grand. So we presented to a couple of venture capitals, big ones. Their feedback was, it's very difficult to put all the concepts and ideas in one go. So what we decided is we're going to have 4 chapters in Mirror. So the first chapter is called Explorers. So the Explorers that you only have 10,000 players. So that's what we probably launch it. We're looking at probably February or March next year, we'll probably launch it with only 10,000 players on board, we're limited to. So that will be the first Explorer NFTs. Those explorers, what they do is buying houses and explore the world. So originally the whole world is very dark. It's like the previous StarCraft games. So since you move around, the fog disappear, and then you light up the world. So that's chapter 1. So we're hoping to have 10,000 players on board. And second chapter is called Connect, which is we're going to really focus from the development point of view, from the community build-up point of view. We're going to focus a lot on the social fi. So we're hoping to bring that 10,000 players into 100,000 players. Because at the moment, the whole Web3 space, the active Web3 players is very small compared to all the major players in Web2. So I was just talking to Tencent yesterday. Average Tencent game, they have 5 million daily users playing the game. And in the Web3 space, the biggest one, the current today is about 200,000. So it's just very hard to compare. And then after that, it's called Merge. So the Merge is we're looking at from 100,000 to 500,000 players. What the Merge does is really just merging the real world to the metaverse. That a McDonald's, KFCs or Starbucks can have their own shops or incentives schemes in Mirror Planet. Just by mentioning that, we're already talking to about 700 merchants in Australia, Melbourne, and Sydney. They all shows a very strong interest in joining Mirror Planet. So we really just want to use that test. So the fourth one is called Open. It's called Open, that we encourage all the ecosystem players and come to Mirror. So it's more like a Roblox or Fortnite or Minecraft sort of thing. So we're providing infrastructures. And all these other ecosystem partners, they can put in their capitals or putting their ideas into Mirror Planets. So that's our own agenda for the next 2 or 3 years. So we want to make Mirror a long-lasting game, not just like, token goes up and just comes down. That's not something we're looking at because we really spent about 2.5 years developing this game. So we want to make this game popular and people really enjoy playing it. So that's what we're expecting from a player point of view. And we have, accordingly, we have NFT launching accordingly to all these different chapters.
Yeah, thank you. Any more questions? I think it's time to move to the second team for tonight. Thank you, Chong, for your presentation. Thank you. It's really, I downloaded it on my phone. Okay, next team. Are you here in the room from Learning? Okay, if no one. Okay, let's move to HyperLab. Is HyperLab in the room? Okay, can you turn on your camera so I can see you? Okay, can you turn on your microphone so I can hear you? Okay, I probably muted because someone, okay. Never
Thank you.
I can see you now. Okay, great. Thank you.
All good. Thank you. Please just give me 1 second. I put into the. Okay,
Yep.
Can everyone hear me?
Yep, can, no problem. All yours. You have 5 minutes.
All good.
Present.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Lee Hong. I'm from HyperLab. Today, I'll bring the topic Know Your Transaction. Okay, first of all, Let's get into the crypto crime. According to the Chinese team, they reported that a listed address in 2021 has received like 40 million over the course of the year, and the amount has been doubled compared to 2020. So that's why we need to introduce KYT into the crypto world. So what is KYT? KYT is short for Know Your Transaction. So it typically refers to like examining both fiat and crypto transactions. If you look at example here, if the hackers or if the criminals wanted to use their illicit funds to purchase, for example, new houses, what they usually do first is to do the money laundering to clean all the funds. What KYT does here is actually trace back to make sure the fund is not related to any illicit activities. So, so basically KYT in the cryptocurrency world is to check suspicious addresses and suspicious activities, and to make sure there's no misusing of the cryptocurrencies. So Hyperlab KYT system has two main components. We have Data Hub, have two subcomponents, where the blockchain knowledge graph store or the block transaction data, and the other thing is the illicit behavior address, behavior list, where we have initial blacklist and the intelligent propagation gray list. So for the initial blacklist, we collected from the government agencies and leading cryptocurrency vendors, and some information provided by the communities. Intelligent propagation gray list is basically generated from the initial backlist. Another important component of our system is intelligent KYT NG, where we have two libraries. The first is the feature libraries. The feature library is basically is to support the module library. For the feature library, we have the statistic features and heuristic rules. So the features are selected from listed addresses and transaction data. For the heuristic rules, those rules are set by according to anti-money laundering standards provided by the government, and all those rules are reviewed by experts such as lawyers, security, and blockchain specialists. And model library have over 100 algorithms and risk analysis scenarios. So our system can determine if the address is licit or illicit. Here's the screenshot of our demo system. So basically the user can just copy and paste an address and click the trace now. Our system can provide the overall information of the address, if it's a illicit address or not. Other information such as balance and total transaction, inbound and outbound transactions. And there's another two risk score provided by our algorithms. Another important section of our system is the transaction map, where user can interact with. So the user can click on the node to see like how the funds move from one address to another. So our provided service include illicit address scan alert, AML and transaction report to provide information for decentralized ID and decentralized KYC. And last, of course, most important part is real-time transaction path tracing. All those information and services is very beneficial for companies like exchange or organizations like bank, crypto wallet companies, and police. Until now, we already have successfully identified over 1,000 address entity, and address labels has already reached 170 million, and we also have like 65 million risky addresses. Supported chains and token includes Bitcoin, ETH, BSC, etc., and other ERC20, TRC20 format tokens. Okay, and it's our partner. Thank you so much. I think we nearly like 5 minutes already. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Li Hong, for your presentation. Any questions from our judges? Yeah, I probably muted everyone. Okay. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, Professor Jun Shen.
Hello, quite
Hi.
interesting stuff. So basically you provide something like SDK, like a library for people to use your services to integrate into their products. Is it true?
Yes, we provide API for them to use. They can integrate those services into their, like, for example, for the app wallet, they can integrate in their app.
Okay, so basically your business model is kind of subscription based.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
All right. Tianyi, are you gonna ask a question?
Yeah, I have one question.
Okay.
Thank you, Leon. This is a very timely
Thank you.
product. And for compliance, yeah, compliance is the biggest issue right now we're talking about. And just run back to the first slides. You've been talking about chain analysis, and this.
Yep.
And right now they kind of doing the similar things, and it's like don't know your transaction, right? They've been whitelisting the good address, good wallet address. So
Yes.
what's the difference between yours know your transaction and chain analysis know your transaction?
I think there are a lot of like competitors in
Yeah.
this area, like to
Mm.
do the know your transaction, but there's still some other things we haven't touched. There's still something we can improve. For example, like the cross chain and other things like to provide a very comprehensive report. If I can share the screen again to show you. Can you see my screen? Oops. These are the services we provided. I think the first illicit address scan alert and report or real-time transaction path tracing is like the basic in our KYT services. And another thing we want to do, including our service, is DID and DKYC, and that's the new area compared to the chain list services. DYD stands for decentralized ID, and DKYC stands for decentralized KYC. So right now, all this information are provided. For example, the KYC, it's only like within the company, but it's not public. So if you wanted to know it, you have to ask. But those information can be manipulated. So that's where we wanted to build a profile for each address so make it decentralized. So I think that's where we are different.
Okay, so make
yeah.
this information available for everyone. Is that what you mean?
Decentralized ID for every address or entity.
Okay.
Yeah, and another thing I think we can highlight is we are working on the cross-chain detection, because if the funds from transfer from one chain to another chain, it's really difficult to trace. So working on that as well. And another challenge in this industry is about the Bitcoin tracing, because for every address we only use one time, one in and one out. Then the address is just don't use the address anymore. So it's for us, because we're doing the address clustering, so we can make sure this type of address belongs to one person, one entity. So with that kind of information, we can, if there's some new address coming, we know this belongs to hackers or criminals, so we can make and tag them together. And even though it's a new address, we can find this person have history. Yeah.
Oh, that's very good. Did you did you use this like hyperlap in tracking the hacker from FTX? Are you guys been following the hackers or?
I did. Yeah, we read news every day. So, yeah.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Li-Hong, very interesting product. A question around your DDID and DKYC. What do you use any sort of ZK proof or ZK or like ZK technologies so that your KYC essentially you're still protecting the KYC individual or entity from, say, like if their data gets it gets hacked or something, then people still can't link it to them, like they can't link their wallet address to them. What sort of technology do you use for your DKYC?
For DKYC, we're still developing this. Basically we just use to analyze the address and the behavior related to the address and build on the profile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So what would you say, a chain analysis would be a competitor to you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Just one question. So, what the state of your product or service is already deployed, running, or is still in the lab testing or under development? What the stage?
Yeah, it's still under the developing, but we can show you the demo. It's not online yet, but let's see. So basically, these are websites. If I try to type in the address, Trace can provide the basic information if it's a phishing address or it has or exchange or some other entity. We provide the balance. These risk scores are derived from our AI module and statistic model. If you view the rating report, we give the information about why they have this score.
Okay.
And the transaction map is still under development. You can see we can interact with it, unfold the node, and if we click the node, we're able to see the address we interact with. And if you click the node, you can also see the detailed transaction.
All right.
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
like
thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all the questions. And Li-Hong, yeah, let's move to the next project. Sorry, we can still have a free discussion after all 5 teams. Yeah, thank you. Let's move to Jacob. Are you online? Where are you? Yeah, Jacob, are you online? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jacob, are you able to open your camera? Yeah, okay, fantastic. All right, so you are free to share your PPT now. Yeah, Jacob, you're ready to present? We can't hear you. Okay. Yeah, probably you need a little bit more time to prepare. Let's move to the next team. DAO-Link. DAO-Link. Okay. Oh, wow. Yep. Can you switch on your camera now?
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Okay. All right.
Let me share my screen. Give me a second. Let me find a proper one to share. Okay.
Yep, you'll have 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, got it. Thank you. I'm SS. I'm the founder of DAO-Link. Our slogan is DAO together with fun and love. So let's look at the current status of DAOs. We can see the two squares from the right side. They're almost 50% of DAO members both having problems with onboarding as well as we say lack of emotional connection because people are remotely working. So people can't see each other. That's some kind of lack of emotional environment. So why that's actually the reasons why we're doing DAO-Link. We want to solve two problems. One is when people onboard a DAO, now people are basically onboarding a DAO in Discord server. So they are facing massive information on Discord channel and Discord server. So that's not some good experience. And the second problem we're going to solve is just like what we are doing now. We are having Zoom meeting, right? Zoom is very effective and very efficient software, but it also lack of the emotional connection because we only can talk to each other. We don't have other dimensions to connect us together, right? So that's why we're doing DAO-Link. So what is DAO-Link? DAO-Link, we provide a game-like online space. This is the screenshot of DAO-Link. Later on, I will show a very short a record of our product to you. Basically, it's a 2D online space. People can, each DAO can create their own space in DAO-Link, and people can play games, have meetings, and chat and socialize with each other. People can do all kinds of stuff here. So having said that, what are the main features of DAO-Link? There are four. The first one is mainly focusing on the onboarding. Because we are a game-like environment, we think we can provide a much better onboarding service comparing to any other DAO onboarding tools out there. And the second one is about emotional connection. Still, because we are a game-like environment, so we have more dimensions to help people to establish emotional connections. The third is the online to offline benefits. We by having DAO-Link membership, you not only can enjoy the benefits online, but also you can have lots of offline benefits. For example, we're talking to several digital societies which have in real life spaces. So when we work together, we have our DAO-Link membership. You can also share their membership benefits. For example, if you and your DAO members are in the same city, or you travel to the same city, you may use our membership to rent some spaces from those digital society with a very low price. That's the benefit. And the fourth is a tool that, as you can see, the DAO space is kind of complex here, but with our Discord bot, you don't need any effort to create it. You can just use one click to generate the space using the Discord bot. It's zero cost. So those are the main features of DAO-Link. So what's the core value? the core value is the word I repeated several times today: emotional connection. Because DAO members, DAO builders are almost emotionally remotely working every day alone. So people cannot see each other. People cannot touch each other. They have emotional needs. This is a very basic need. As the data we showed here, when people start remote working, half of them want to see people. So if you only have those very cold blood business software to cooperate with each other, you cannot connect the emotional part. So that's why that's the core value we want to provide. We want to fulfill people's emotional needs. So we have 3 stages. Of course, we're on the first stage. The first stage, the feature, in terms of the feature, we mainly focus on the onboarding part. Not only we have the immersive onboarding process, but also we have a key component, which is the icebreaker game. Instead of just letting people do very awkward self-introduction, we introduced the online icebreaker games so people can have more fun in the self-introduction part. So this is the current stage we're developing these features. And the second stage is the online to offline benefits part. When we establish the partnership and cooperation with other digital societies, or even companies like WeWork, we can share lots of offline benefits with them, and we can provide those benefits to our DAO Link members. So the final stage here, we want to emphasize that we are here for emotional needs. Okay, so that means the features of DAO Link might vary as time goes by, but the core won't change. That is to fulfill the emotional needs. In other words, anything that works for emotional connection might be part of future DAO Link. That's how big we will be. So we have attended 2 competitions before and got 3 awards from them. Very thankful for the 2 sponsors, CDAO and Vanachan. And this is our team. We have, I think, combined more than 30 years of game development experience, and we also have gamification product experience. And the most important thing is all of us are DAO builders and we are digital nomads. So basically, we are the users of our own product. So we think our team is perfect for this product. Okay, and this is our roadmap. Welcome to follow our Twitter, and welcome to visit our website. And let me use several seconds to show our demo. Hold on a second, let me switch. Right, okay. So this is the demo we're developing. This is actually the onboarding scenario for the guild in CDAO. People can walk in the space and trigger the form previously set, so they can fill they can read the information and fill the form. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here because I think I'm running out of time. Okay, so that's it.
Yeah.
Anyone? Yeah. Anyone?
Yeah, thank you, SS.
Please. Sure.
Yeah, I just realized SS, that's your real name.
Yeah, no, that's my nickname on the web.
All right. Any questions from our judge panel? Yeah. Niall? That sounds right.
Hello.
Yep. You can
Can
ask
you hear
now.
me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask, will you provide some sort of tool to let DAOs customize their spaces with, for example, scripting, so they can develop their own ice-breaking games and the likes?
Yeah, sure. We will have a very good question. Yeah, we'll provide some several basic icebreaker games, as a official icebreaker games, but also we will open some API for the users to customize, to create their own icebreaker games. Not only the icebreaker games could be customized, the users also can customize their own space using their own on pictures or other visual materials they would like to use. So and also we think we are creating a infrastructure of the environment. So the concept, I would say the concept is we create an infrastructure and we open several, I should say many APIs for people to plug in their modules, their features in our product, and combine all of these. We think will provide a complete use experience for the user, for the DAO members, like the voting system or the what's called the bounty systems. Yeah, we allow people to plug in all those systems into our product. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yes, of course. It sounds great. I think it's what the metaverse should be about customization of your own space and the like.
Yeah.
And I love the concept, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And Professor Junshen.
Hello, I think it's quite interesting. If I understand correctly, it looks like you created like a new ecosystem, as you said, like infrastructure. It looks like you created like maybe not correct. It's kind of a DAO of DAOs. Like you try to link different DAOs. So I can understand you mentioned the needs, like emotional needs for individual to get onboarded for this new ecosystem. But how would you like to motivate the different like DAO community they want to join your system other than like it looks like very cute, very nice 2D map, but how because when you want to grow, you need to attract more and more DAOs want to join this. What are your strategies to do that?
Yeah, very good question. Thanks a lot. So we introduced several mechanisms to incentive people using our product. One is there's actually one feature I didn't show in the past presentation. That is the we call it public space. Here let me see. Hold up. Yeah, if you can see my screen here, what I'm showing is the DAO space, which means, for example, CDAO or FWB DAO or whatever Bankless DAO. If they create their own space, it'll be looking like this. So they can have meetings or whatever events they want to have in this space. But we also have a public space. The public space is for DAOs to socialize among the DAOs. So I'm not sure if I make myself clear. I mean, in this space, this is for DAO builders to socialize. In public space, that's for DAOs to socialize. So we want to introduce some also advertisement mechanism. So people, so if in future we grow to be a big platform. And people can, I mean, DAOs can join us and make their advertisement in the public space. So more people will know their DAOs, right? This is one, and the second one is the creator economy. Let me see if I can switch my hold on, give me a second. Let me switch to the presentation. Where is it? Okay. Okay. Let's see. This. Okay. Yeah. It looks like I didn't put it here. But anyway, we have a greater economies system in our product. That is, when DAOs created their map, and when DAOs create, they can upload their map. They can upload their map template to our store, to our DAO Link store. And if others think this map is a good template and they want to use it, so the more they use, the creator can get more token as a return. So so if you have meetings in our product, you're not just having meetings. You're not just paying us to get a meeting service, but also you can get a return because Web3, right? We can tokenize tokenize the service and give you the return. So these two features are the two incentive mechanism we will use to encourage DAOs to use our product.
All right, thank you, SS,
Thank you.
for the presentation, and thanks for all the questions from audience and judges. Okay, let's move on to the next team. Jacob from London. Jacob, are you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me clearly?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay.
Are you able to switch on your camera?
Okay.
So can switch. Okay, you are here. Great. All right. All yours. You have 5 minutes.
Okay, let me share my PC screen. Sorry, wait a second. Okay. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Jacob, currently in charge of marketing and operation related work in Protocol. I'm glad to share our project with you guys this time. Then in the first part, I will introduce a background of our project. 2020 is a hot year for decentralized finance. Decentralized exchanges, lending platforms, stable coins are ushering in an explosion, kicking off the carnival of DeFi. Since then, hundreds of DeFi projects have appeared in the market around these application directions, and new concepts such as decentralized autonomous organizations, Oracle machines are also emerging. DeFi provides open financial services for different activities in the metaverse, such as lending, investment, insurance, without centralized control. And the lending gives liquidity to metaverse assets. Specifically, users mortgage their own NFT and original metaverse assets in the corresponding functional modules. In this way, the user gets the loan and the mortgager and the loan provider releases the loan. When the repayment date is reached, the mortgager can get back the corresponding assets in the metaverse after repaying the loan and the interest. Sorry. And the second part is about London. London is the first cross-chain decentralized, transparent, and non-custodial liquid asset lending protocol under the Metaverse high-performance public chain vision chain ecology. We see USDT as the basic asset. Users can participate as lenders or borrowers in the isolated lending pool through the underlying support of vision chain, and optimizes and improves the protocols and mechanisms of blockchain technology at all levels. The unique pool mortgage rate setting model and the risk control system allow users to borrow more tokens with lower liquidation risks and the liquidation penalties, which can effectively provide multi-chain liquidity release for users holding various long-tail asset tokens, expanding income exposure, and realize value transmission at all levels of the lending network. So as you can see, London participants can be generally divided into the following 4 categories: yield farmers, lenders, borrowers, and liquidators. And the third part is DAO governance. London is a decentralized lending protocol where lenders want higher interest rates and the borrowers want to pay lower interest rates. The optimal solution needs to be achieved through the market mechanism. This is the core purpose of governance. Under the leadership of DAO, London will achieve complete decentralization and a high degree of community consensus. Under this framework, the development team is responsible for maintaining the safe, reliable, and the continuous operation of the system and continuously innovating products. And the fourth part is roadmap. We have 4 stages, as you can see. The fifth part, global cooperation and implementation. As for community, as a community-driven multifunctional project, London has its own decentralized values in its DNA. At present, our partners are all over the world, especially in the community field. They are extremely influential, and we will promote them through community channels. As for media, it will be announced in the global media such as CoinDesk, Token Insight, Cointelegraph, Google News, Nasdaq, and so on. Application tools, London will cooperate with many well-known wallets, identify projects around the world, and share resource channels such as CoinMarketCap, PancakeSwap, AVDEX, COSO, and so on. And the sixth part is partners. We have a lot of ecology. This is also the one we have done. Our vision and mission is that we will not stick to cooperate with just 1 or 2 projects. We continue to establish long-term cooperative relations to other projects. And the seventh part is how to contact us. We have established official social media, Twitter, Discord, Medium, and Telegram. That's all. Thanks a lot.
Yep. Thank you, Jacob. Any question from audience and judges?
Looks like this is a typical DeFi service. As we know, Uniswap and SushiSwap is the leading DeFi. So how can you tell us what the key difference between you and the other 2?
Okay, thanks a lot. Our project is is not the same as traditional DeFi projects. The first is about our security. We put safety first in the products of our design, which is mainly reflected into two aspects. The first aspect is the decentralized Oracle machine, and the data source we use is a weighted average of multiple external data sources to ensure that the price is accurate. The second aspect is the liquidation model, which is different from traditional loan liquidation. It can significantly improve the security of assets. The second is about multi-chain operations. We will deploy on other chains in the future because we will run on multiple chains. And in our economic model, we have reserved platform tokens for users to pledge to mine. The third is about the DAO governance locked up model. It has three main advantages. The first point is high returns. The second point is to facilitate the project to control the currency price, and the third point is about voting rights. Yeah, that's all.
How you get the high return? It depends on our economic model. Our total amount is currently set at 100 billion, but because it has not yet been launched, and there will be a public beta stage, the final amount will be adjusted. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. And there's one person raising the hand. You have a question to ask? Yes, sorry, we can't hear you. Okay, any other questions? No more questions? All right, let's move to our very last team tonight. Okay, who's gonna present?
That's gotta be me.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
Hi.
And you. Okay, sorry for the wait. Yeah.
No worries. That's all good.
Late.
That's all good.
Yeah, okay.
So let me.
Yep, you can share your.
Yeah, I will do that in a moment. So let me introduce myself real quick. I'm Florian Pfeiffer. I'm the head of business operations of the Kanaloa network, and we are an asset tokenizer localized in Zug, which is the crypto valley of Switzerland, homeland of ADA and Ether. So starting from here, we started our journey 1.5 years ago, and now we are where we are. So what is the Kanaloa network? Let me. So the Kanaloa network, our goal is to become the Nebula of DeFi. What does this mean? It means we are trying to tokenize your assets one click at a time, meaning the big issue we have at the moment, we have a rush, or we had a rush into crypto, and everybody makes prognosis on how much capital will come into the market, but the entry barrier is still very, very high, especially looking at DeFi solutions. Even though DeFi solutions, in our opinion, are the future, the entry barrier for companies and market participants to enter the market is huge. So the challenges that we as the Kanaloa network see is the on one side, the lack of adaptability of contracts. This is a highly still unregulated space, and the regulators will come from all sides. And it's also a highly volatile market, like we saw in the past 2 years and since the beginning of crypto. So while this is on the one side a very interesting environment for gamblers and speculators, it's a high risk environment for companies and institutional investors that the market wants and needs. At the same time, we have the big issue that smart contracts have a contract limit, a size limit of 24 kilobytes, meaning with projects and ideas, as well as technology getting more and more complex, programmers run into the issue that your smart contract simply cannot handle what you're trying to do because there's too much code. This stops a lot of projects from scaling up, while the lack of adaptability sends a lot of projects into the problem that they have to relaunch coins, they have to redo tokenizations within their own system and stuff like that because they cannot change what they've done before. We try to solve that. Another big issue for companies, especially in the medium and small region of the companies, which we cannot forget, is over 80% of all people employed in this world work for small or medium companies. So there's a lot of money and work power generated in these parties that just get locked out of the market because the cost of entering the space is so high, and stuff like qualified developers are a rarity at the moment, especially with the market growing as it grew. So, I'm sorry. So what is the solution that the Kanaloa network presents? We try to lower the entry barrier for these companies by offering a tool that allows you to tokenize your assets with a few clicks without needing a professional Solidity developer for small and medium contracts on the smart contract side. On the other hand, we offer these smart contracts not like any other token generator that lets you send out a smart contract. We built on the EIP 2535 Diamond standard developed by Nick Muge, which is our technical chief advisor, which works on a modular basis. This solves a lot of issues at once. On the one side, it allows us as the project to preset these modules, vest them, and offer them as a package, which for the user offers the possibility to basically use risk-free pre-tested products to add to their smart contract. On the other side, with this new Diamond standard, the size limit is no longer an issue because each module gets the size limit and you can add as many modules to your smart contract as you want. So working like a Lego set for your tokenization needs, you can now build as big or as small as you want and adapt to the changing market because you can change modules, take them in and take them out. All these modules are pre-vested, so your community is safe on this side while everything gets documented on chain. So there's a trustless control on what happens to the smart contract, which gives you both sides of the aisle of having the trust of your community and also being able to react to ever-changing markets. The other big thing is a lot of these assets tokenizers are not user-friendly for people not coming from the market. Meaning I come from classical financing and from startup consulting. We work with a trustee company here in Switzerland, as well as a bank. And these parties are very interested in tokenizing their internal assets in some form, be that for public trading or be that for an internal system of their own. The things out there are just not filling that niche. We try to fill that niche because for a company that has $1 million in asset that like to tokenize for an internal service, hiring a Solidity developer for a year is just not a viable option. Same goes for consulting companies like that have a lot of clients, these are our targets, right? These can either be exchanges like stock exchanges that want to tokenize their assets, or these can be lawyers and trustee companies that have a lot of clients that want to tokenize assets. While on the other hand, everybody like you and me that wants to create a token can use the product in the same way. The interface is that simple. So why use the Kanaloa network and not just any other asset tokenizer? It's the modular and adaptable design. Next to the interface that's super easy to use for anyone, this is the core thing that makes us special, because you are now able to change what you did, and you are now able to build, like with the Lego set, whatever the sky is the limit now. This also means the contract size limit is no longer an issue, while at the same time we save on gas fees with this. So even though your contract becomes huge, you still have cheap gas fees for deploying it and for the user to use it. And the other big thing is we will be chain agnostic, meaning all EVM compatible chains will be able to be onboarded to the program, meaning you as a user, you can choose wherever you want to tokenize your asset, be it Ether, be it AVAX, or be it some new chain, be it Vision. You can go wherever you like. You can also down the line deploy it on multiple chains simultaneously. And yeah, you have the freedom of decision and are now adaptable to change. So why do we attack this market? Based on the prognosis of SWIFT, one of the biggest financing institutions in the world, the need for asset tokenization rises to about a market capital of $24 trillion by 2027. That's all good and nice looking at the total market capital of crypto at the moment, but there are no tools available at the moment to actually allow that growth. The Kanaloa network will allow that growth, and the Kanaloa network can attack almost all of the here mentioned tokenizable equities or assets, except from listed equities that need some more development. We can attack mostly all of the markets based on the regulation where your company is regulated. So what's the roadmap plan? At the moment, we have the proof of concept. We have the token generator on the BSC testnet at the moment. We are now working on the demo for the modularity, so you can actually exchange modules. This is the next steps. We have incorporated here in Switzerland a few months ago, and are now in the seed funding phase to finance on one side the native coin, and on the other side we are pitching for equity within the company so people can get access to the technology behind it. Because again, especially institutional investors have an interest to get access to these tools. The goal is then to release the first version, the token generator V1, by Q3 of 2023. This will include 6 core modules or 6 core options you're basically getting, including the possibility to actually bind your physical assets to whatever you're tokenizing. The legalized module will allow you to bind whatever building you're holding, whatever contract of a physical object you're holding, to be bound to your contract. So the tokenize your asset thing becomes now a reality. After that, we will offer 3 main chains at the moment. Reef is one of our, we are one of the Reef grantees. They supported us from the beginning. So Reef and Avalanche are our target chains at the moment. And then Ether as the one chain to be will also be targeted for the V1 release. After that, especially with the Diamond Token Generator V2 coming, meaning we will release modules within sets. These sets will, every few months, a new set of modules will be released. This will include the marketplace, this will include the stacking program, and this will include the total chain agnostic, meaning you can then deploy wherever you want to go. And in the final stage, we will then build on these modules. And the last, I say, target market is custom modules. So if you are a project that looks into our tokenization asset and sees, okay, we need a certain module a few times in the future, and we would like to work with you, but we need X, Y, or Z. Otherwise, it's not worth it. You can order custom modules that then, after they're vested, will be integrated in the program. So this will then in stage 3 become the main focus after we have the baseline of modules ready to go into the custom modules to allow our users to even more customize their smart contracts. So the tokenomics at the moment, that's mostly for the pre-sale, is a big part will go into the initial and future liquidity of the chain, because again, it's a utility token used for payment on the program. So this is the biggest part. The other part is probably deployment, and we will have a pre-sale and seed sale. This is where we are at the moment. This is for institutional investors and VCs that want to support the project. Again, we are in the seed sale round, and this is the token sale side of it. We are also pitching for equity if this is of interest for the interested party. We will also vest the schedule. This is something the system we are setting up is based on the experience the team made as users and as market participants the past 6 years. So a lot of our experience with what works and what doesn't work, we try to include in our tokenomics and in our vesting schedules. These are all not fixed yet. And to basically finish it up, I'm almost done. I'll show you. This is our token generator. This is just the base at the moment that's available on the BSC testnet. And it will allow to basically launch your token with a few clicks like this. Let's have a supply of, that sounds good. All you need to do is connect your MetaMask wallet, and you can deploy your token. It will show you, this is, again, we call it testing. This is our short. We have 18 decimals. These are all flexible numbers as you like to change them. And at the moment, we have a fixed supply. This will cost you X amount of Kana, which is basically test Kana at the moment. And all you need to do is then click deploy and confirm the transaction in your MetaMask, and you just created, or you just tokenized your asset. In the next step of our demonstration, we will then add the modularity part where you can go in and change these parts out. And now we have, it will then show you your smart contract number. And if you now go on to the BSC testnet, you will find the testing test B token already launched. So it takes it costed us 0.005 BNB in gas fees, and 5 seconds later we are already on the testnet. That's everything from my side. I'll gladly take questions.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. Any questions?
You mentioned the smart contract, the customer smart contract you have to deploy, you can update the new model. Interesting to know how you did it, how you make it.
I can ask my developer, Nir.
Yes, of course. So basically, the way diamonds work is that they have an internal table of mappings of functions to the contracts. But the important thing is all modules can be installed as if they were a program on your computer onto the smart contract. So in case, for example, you wanted to turn your regular token into a reflection token, so to speak, you could grab the reflection module, install it on your contract, and then it would be like it would overwrite the regular transfer function and start working as a reflection token by, well, basically overwriting every function of the ERC token that just indicates the supply, and it will act like an overlay over your already existing balances. So even if the technical demo doesn't look that very impressive from behind, what it's actually doing is deploying a minimal contract, a very minimal contract. It's pretty much a minimal proxy. And then it installs the necessary functions to operate the diamond, to install new modules, to install new functions individually, etc. And then it installs the ERC20 module so it can function as a token. But technically, you couldn't install anything. Like if you wanted to install a DAO module, you could make a DAO contract. It has its own package manager in the background. It's relatively simple right now. We want to expand on it later on, but it basically only allows you to install whitelisted modules. So you know that if our contracts are audited, then your contract will be audited as well.
All right.
Thank you. Any other questions from judges or audience? Okay, yeah, seems everyone is happy. All right, let's bring all the judges and founders all together. So, Dr. Shiping, how you feel of tonight? Tonight, all five teams.
I think overall is pretty good. I think I can see a lot of innovation and have some new technology, new idea, and also the courage of the Web3 landscape. They got the GameFi and the DeFi tokenization, and the DAO. It's pretty good coverage. I'm impressive. Thank you. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and Professor Jun Shen.
Yeah, I agree with Shiping. It's quite impressive. If compared to previous 2 days, looks like today we have a couple or probably 3 working at a bit like lower layers, like infrastructure, protocols, some APIs or SDK libraries. I think they are probably need to consider a bit more like what are their really business growth model. But we really, on the other hand, we really have some quite mature or very well developed system. It's quite a balance today. Very interesting. Yeah, this is my view.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have learned a lot, and tonight we have different kind of projects. Games, DAO. Yeah, very interesting tonight. Any comments from other audience? How you feel of tonight? And I've seen someone, been with us for 3 nights.
Actually had fun, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Since we have 5 teams tonight, so it's running very late today. And thank you so much for your excellent, perfect presentation. And thank you for the comment and questions from all the judges. And I think that's all for tonight. We're looking forward for the very last day. Tomorrow night, we have another 4 teams to present. I just quickly show everyone. And tomorrow night will be a special night because all the team gonna use Chinese to present. So if you are Chinese, stay with us. If you're trying to learn Chinese, yeah, come with us as well. So tomorrow night, we're gonna have some new judges to join us as well. Yeah, and don't forget, if you are in Sydney, come to our offline event, which is Nice Friday afternoon. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna meet new friends. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see different teams and investors all together. We're gonna provide food and drink and everything. Yeah, because Christmas is coming, so it's a party for us for Web3 investors or founders. All right, thank you so much for tonight. And yeah, we have a wonderful 3 nights already. And yeah, hope every one of you enjoyed tonight as well, like I do. And look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow night. All right, thank you guys. And see you tomorrow night. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.